Okay, so as we're shooting this video, it's December, and many of you are basically done with golf for a few months. So I wanted to make a video to show you how you could practice working on your short game. And this is something that I think every single person can do, and there are a bunch of options for things we can do to work on our chipping. So this is going to be a chipping lesson, some chipping tips here. So one thing that you can do, hopefully, is get a club somewhere inside your house or garage or something like that to be able to practice. And I'm actually going to start off doing this without using a ball, without any sort of technology, just working on something very simple that you can do to help you with your chipping. So here we go. All right, so we are going to start off with an alignment stick. And I should have had that ready to go, but I don't. Now this alignment stick, it's a driveway marker. So if you live someplace where there's a lot of snow, they've got these things. Hopefully they're not sold out at Home Depot or Lowe's. They're $2, all right? I'm gonna take this stick and I'm gonna put it right underneath the grip of my club, all right? And I'm gonna hold the stick and my club together at the same time, all right? So notice now when I set up, you can see that the end of this stick is out ahead of me, and I'm gonna make my little chipping stroke here. Weight in my front foot, boom. And I'm just gonna practice making my little stroke without getting hit by the alignment stick. So we call this stick sticking out of here a punisher. So this is the punisher drill. And this is something you can practice. You can do it without a ball. You can do it without a hitting net. I've got a nice hitting net here. You don't need one that fancy. You don't need one at all to do this. Just get a little alignment stick, sticking out the end of your club, $2 and a little bit of time. And what you want to do is, the tip here is if you can keep your weight on your front foot, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make this move without whacking yourself with the stick. So once that weight gets in my back foot, bam, I'm going to get whacked with a stick. All right, so that's tip number one. No technology needed. No special place to hit. You don't need a ball, you don't need a net. Just working practice swings like that. And if you do that 5 minutes a day, that's gonna make a little bit of a difference, okay? So next up, we're gonna talk about using a little bit of technology and using a little bit of, a hitting mat and stuff like that, so you can get really focused on your chipping over the course of the winter. So we're gonna come back to that in 1 second. Okay, we're back. Now we're talking about using a ball. So we need something to hit off of a carpet, a mat, something like that. And if you have a foam ball, you don't need a net. I've got a really nice net from the Net Return. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description so you can pick one up. But you can use any net. This is not going to be a really big, long shot. Okay. I'm also going to use the Perfect Motion app. I'll put a link in the description to this. This is an app that's great. It's $6 a month, and there's a free version too. But it's $6 a month to go all out, and this is going to help you get feedback as to what's going on. So I'm going to look at the app right now. I'm going to go into my training mode here, and I'm going to select. I'm going to go with no ball. Let's see what happens here. I've actually never done chipping with no ball, so you're going to be with me on this, and I'm going to do an evaluation session with no ball. Already set for chipping. I'm also going to select this little button down here at the bottom. It's called Video Snapshots. That's a permission that the app needs to take your video. I guess you don't want to use an app that's always recording you when you don't know it, because who knows what you'd be doing, right? So we're going to start at skill level 1, but depending on where you are as a player, you're going to have to play with that. If you're if you're shooting in the 80s, I'd go straight to level 3, frankly. But we'll start with skill level 1 right here, and I'm going to hit Start Session. And I've got just a coffee cup in front of me. I'm going to place this down here.
3.
And this thing's
2,
talking to me, telling me what to do.
Set up to swing.
So she says, set up to swing. First thing is step back, you're too close. I'm going to just adjust here a little bit.
Set up to swing.
Okay.
Look to target.
Look to target.
Step back, you're too close.
Okay, I'm too close, so let me try
Set
this
up
again
to swing.
Right. Set up to swing.
Look to target.
Look to target.
Look back at ball.
Look back at my imaginary ball.
Swing.
Make my little swing.
Swing 1 captured.
Okay, swing 1 captured. Let's do it again. We'll roll through these. I'll speed it up.
Just look
All right, so when I was making my little swings there, on purpose, I had some flaws going on there. And one thing that happened to me, just think about this if you're using the app, especially in no ball mode, it really knows after you've completed your swing by your head following the ball. So if you make a practice swing, you don't move your head, it may not capture your swing. So that's one little problem that I had doing this. But let's take a look at what we got here. So it says here on my chips, my focus was I moved away from the target. All right, but let's first take a look at what it really kind of wants to do here for us. So I'm going to just click on one of my swings. All right, and I think I'm going to, yeah, this is all right. So this is my little motion map here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and just tap on the number 1, and it's going to kind of show me my little backswing where I didn't go back very much. It's tracking my sternum moving back and through. Okay, let's take a look at the average pro tour player. So you'll notice the average tour player, and this is basically looking at his sternum, his chest. He in his backswing, you don't see much going back, and then you see him getting a little bit more forward and a little bit more down than I'm getting. So how would I get my chest more down? Well, one thing I could do is if I started my downswing with my lower body a little bit better, well then I would be getting my spine to tilt a little bit and I get a little bit lower. So in looking at just that first trace, even though it said it was a perfect motion, like on level 1, and it probably is pretty good. I mean, that wasn't too far off what I normally would do. I want to try to work on getting my lower body a little bit more forward coming through so that I can kind of get a little side bend and compress the ball a little bit better. And then as I look through my other motion maps, you can see them all right here, right? And you can see this is one where, and this is a big one, watch this one. See my little ball? So when I hit the ball, I actually had moved backwards. And that's a big thing, and that's probably the number 1 problem that we see with chipping. And this is why it's really good to use this app without a ball and then with a ball. Because when you don't have a ball with you, probably from just watching this video, one thing you can do is just from, remember that Punisher drill we did earlier in the video? You can just get your weight forward, and without a ball, it's pretty easy to just kind of rock through like that. Then when there's a ball there, people have this instinct to get pressure in their back foot and flip when there's a ball, and that is not what we want, because that's going to give us thin shots and fast shots. And I don't know what the percentage is. What, 70% of the shots you play are less than 100 yards? And no one's ever practicing this stuff. So you want to practice your chipping all winter so that you're ready to go in the spring and you've got a good short game, okay? So let's do this. Let's up the level a little bit. Let's do it with the ball and see what I can do, all right? All right, so back to training, ball mode. Oh, back it up. No, I'm not going to do an evaluation session. Ball mode with a chip, recording snapshots. Skill level 3. All right, and let's see what we can do here. By the way, look it. Hey, in between, if you get 5 in a row, have yourself a beer. How about that, right? Okay, so tilt phone forward, it says.
4, 3, 2, 1. Set up on ball. No face detected. Sun. Lighting
Okay,
or
let's
too
back
close.
up a little bit. I don't have much
Set up on
room
ball.
here. Set up on ball.
Look to target.
Look to target.
Look back at ball.
Look back at ball.
Swing.
Chip it.
Perfect
That
motion.
felt solid. Okay, perfect motion. I did not really get forward very much though. Didn't get forward. I got my pressure forward. I like
3,
this because I can kind
2,
of like fine tune
1.
stuff.
Set up on ball.
Set up on ball.
Look to target.
Look to target.
Look back at ball.
Look back at ball.
Swing.
Swing.
Perfect motion.
Oh, so look what I did. See what I did? I looked forward and it thought I hit the ball. Gave me a
4,
perfect motion.
3, 2,
I tricked it.
1. Set up on ball. Look to target. Look back at ball. Swing. Perfect motion.
Perfect motion. I could tell I hit that a little bit heavy. I'm really going to work on getting a little bit started more mid lower body in this one.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit this harder.
Set up on ball. Look to target.
Look to target.
Look back at ball.
Back at ball.
Swing. Perfect
I
motion.
kind of like that one. Although I think I hit it thin. All right, so let's take a look here.
Pause.
So I didn't hit that great. I didn't compress it, and I don't think I got far enough forward. So is this that last swing? Yeah, it's the last swing that I took right there. Yeah, I just didn't get far enough forward. I can look at my snapshot and it can show me what happened here, right? Look. All right, that's the one that I looked at it too late. Remember that one? Go back to this one. All right, this is the one I just hit. That wasn't bad looking. That was not a bad looking swing, right? And so when I look at the Pro Trace here, I could do better. All right. By the way, this is not to scale when you look at this, so it looks like it's a huge difference. It's not as big of a difference as you think. One more chip, and let's go for perfection here. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone on this one, okay? Back into training with a ball. Notifications are popping up. Everyone is hassling me. Level 3. You know, I think in this world you just can't get away from everything, can you? No matter how hard you try. Tilt phone forward.
4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. You're too close.
I wasn't done yet, okay? All right. Like, how far back do you want me?
Set up on ball. Look to target. Look back at ball. Swing. Perfect
so I really
motion.
got into my front side there. Man, I got to work on this too. I could do better.
Pause.
By the way, I'm going to have a talk on Monday with Chip Beck about this. Chip uses this app, and he is the expert on this stuff. So let's see here. Yeah, I just didn't get far enough forward. So I'm going to keep working on this too. So I've got room for improvement. I'm sure you have some room for improvement too. This is a way though that you can actually have some productive practice instead of just kind of standing around not really paying attention to what you're doing. All right, so work on that short game. This is a great way to work on your chipping. Minimal amount of equipment needed. And by the way, if you do have trouble with this, big time trouble, especially getting into your front foot, don't forget that Punisher drill that we did with the alignment stick. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I think I deserve this.